that's the basic outline of the structure, the engineering, the blueprints before we actually get going. Now we have two other things. We have forms of expression involved in the two sports, and we have considerations. So, Coach, forms of expression for triathlon Ironman training, which be what?
The events that you're actually competing in, and there's
Right.
different distances, I guess, is
Right.
what it breaks it down to.
Well, swim, run, and bike would be the forms of expression for peaking Ironman, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what would be those are the forms of expression. What would be our considerations there?
That would be the distances, whether it be sprint, Olympic, whatever,
Right.
or Ironman.
For those of you that don't know, there's different events in Ironman, what they call triathlon training. There's the sprint distance, the Olympic distance, the half Ironman, and the full Ironman. I might have left one out. Who knows what they have these days.
I think there's I don't know.
And those would all affect what kind of anaerobic endurance or aerobic endurance training you would do, what type of muscular endurance training you would do, and even if you would do some strength training for the shorter events. Now, in the powerlifting, Coach, what are our forms of expression first?
Well, they'd be the three lifts, the three power lifts, the
Right.
squat, bench, and the deadlift.
Squat, bench, deadlift, right? Within the pyramid, always focusing though on muscular strength, limit strength, and the anaerobic base. And then, what are the considerations, Coach?
In powerlifting, the biggest consideration is whether you're using supportive gear or not, meaning bench shirts, deadlift suits, squat suits,
Right.
that type of thing.
Right. So distance for triathlon, which makes sense, and supportive gear for powerlifting, which makes sense, because these change the nature
Of your training and...
of your training.
Yeah.
And the other consideration here, Coach, would be vertical.
Oh, you're fighting against gravity. Powerlifting is all about gravity.
And each lift is vertical in
Yeah.
orientation.
Yeah, the weight has to go in a straight line up, essentially.
Right, there's nothing horizontal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
The bench press is vertical, the squat's vertical, and the deadlift pull is vertical.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't really have much to do with triathlon training except the swim is horizontal.
Yeah.
Right? So that's not really a consideration here, but it is a consideration here. Now, again, elite athletes understand what about this pyramid, Coach?
Well, all sides have to be connected, and they all correlate to the peak.
And what does that mean? Explain it to people.
Well, essentially, when you come up, let's say you peak for an event, a certain event of some kind, either one,
Right?
you can't remain in the training that you were doing up here. You can't remain at that peak training.
You can't sustain it.
Yeah, and increase the peak. The
Right.
peak cannot get bigger without returning back to your foundation, your base, and improving that base, which
Making
is
it
basically
wider.
so this being essentially time coming back down and putting more time into the foundation and the fundamentals that got you to where you were. By increasing that, then you can bring your peak higher.
Higher. So it's not about year after year focusing here,
Yeah.
but year after year widening what is down here
Yeah.
in order to come even higher there.
Much more time spent in the bottom half of the pyramid than in the top half.
Right.